The gospel mistake I want to spotlight in this video is thinking that the spiritual life is a sprint. Fast culture, if we aren't careful, corrupts how we see the gospel and causes us to get it wrong. So I want to take a few minutes to look at how this happens in case you're affected by it, and then offer a more biblical take on it. And by the way, I'm Aaron Massey. I've been following Jesus and teaching the Bible for more than 15 years. In this series, I'm helping you get clear on the gospel, which is the Bible's main point, so that you can have more confidence in your faith. Now, thinking the gospel is a sprint takes several forms. For example, it's assuming that spiritual growth occurs quickly, instant transformation. We might think that for ourselves or expect it for others. It could be assuming extreme effort, like the exertion of a sprint can produce swift growth. For some, this false notion looks like seeking spiritual leadership roles too quickly in their Christian journey. Or it may simply look like filling your life with busyness to the point that you lack balance, doing every church event and every church program but neglecting other areas of life. Churches too can fall into the sprint trap when they shape their mission, vision, values, and strategy completely around adding numbers without focusing on spiritual depth. And those are just a few of the forms that it may take. Personally, I really struggled with this when I first became a Christian. I was so excited about Jesus and his mission, and he, not me, did some quick transformation in areas of my life, and I just couldn't understand why others weren't as enthusiastic or diligent. I judged people for their lack of effort, their lack of maturity, and for some people, I tried to force it on them. Of course, that went well. But the short and sweet of it is this: busyness and quickness are not signs of godliness. You're not ungodly if you're busy in the things of God or you work hard spiritually. Much of our growth is dependent on our effort. So I'm not saying that effort doesn't matter. But if we approach the gospel life as a sprint, we'll have this wrong set of attitudes and expectations around life. We'll be continually frustrated and disappointed, and we may even try to force others to grow like I did before. But a better way to think about the gospel life is to think of it as a marathon, not a sprint. Hebrews chapter 12 verses 1 and 2 say, "Let us run with perseverance the race marked out for us, fixing our eyes on Jesus, the pioneer and perfecter of our faith." The word perseverance in this verse reflects that marathon idea. God often moves slowly. He isn't on our timetable. For us, our own growth is often imperceptible, like grass. But if we keep doing the things that produce growth, it'll be undeniable with time. And so my big takeaway is to remember to plod along doing what I know to do and to let God oversee the results in my life and in the lives of others. Oh, and here's a second takeaway. The other one is for me to remember that there is indeed a crown for the race we run in Christ, but that crown will not be given in this life. Sometimes sprinting in the Christian life creates this false expectation of receiving immediate honor from God. Honor from God sometimes does come in this life, but the main honor he has for us is stored with him and will be bestowed on us in the next life. And I know those reflections are a bit scattered, but I hope you can see the danger of treating the Christian life as a sprint versus a marathon. It's far better to shape our attitude and expectations around the marathon image rather than the sprint image. So that's it for this video. If you heard something useful, be sure to share this with a friend so that they may hear the same biblical message. Again, I'm Aaron. I'm just trying to help people get clear on the gospel so they can have more confidence in their faith. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you next time.